So today I wanted to speak to a very common question a lot of people have. How heavy should my backpack be? And
Buen camino. Here's what I have to tell you about the hike from Frómista to Carrión de los Condes. It's a pretty basic, simple day. The hike is 20.9 kilometers. It took us 25,000 steps and we did it with our breaks in 6 hours. It's pretty easy because pretty much you're walking on an access road on the side of a main road. It's not a real busy road. There's not a lot of cars driving by, but it is a road and it is straight and it goes for miles. So get ready for that. But there is an option. So the first town you'll get to is Poblacion de Campos, where there's a cafe there. So if you need to stop, that's a great place to stop. After that, there is a split as you're leaving the town. If you go to the left, you will go to the highway and you'll walk highway the entire way. If you go to the right, then you will take something, it's kind of more out in the country. They call it the river walk, although it's not along the river. And that is where we made our mistake. We actually walked straight along the river. We missed one of the arrows, and so we ended up in the shade, and it was a fine little road, but when we got down about halfway, we realized that we were not on the Camino anymore, and we ended up making our way over to where the main road was. So we ended up walking most of the way on the main road. If you go to the right, keep following those arrows to get all the way into the next town, which is called Vilcazar de Singa. This is a cute little town and they have a great cafe there, and that is where we ate. We sat for quite a while and we ran into a bunch of other pilgrims that we knew, so it was a nice stay. When we got to Carrion, we stayed at a place called Hostel Albi, and it cost us $42 for a private room with a bath. It was a pretty cool place. It seemed like an old mansion. There was lots of rooms and a spiral wooden staircase that was really creaky, and it went all the way up, but it was kind of grand and beautiful. So we enjoyed it there, and the staff was super friendly. As soon as we walked in the door, they gave us cold waters, and when we asked for a fan, they gave it to us. They were very accommodating, so we enjoyed our stay at Hostel Albi. For our meals, we did grocery store food for breakfast and dinner, but for lunch, we stopped in Vilcazar de Singa at a place called Bar Las Catingas, and we had chicken burgers that were really great. They actually had a very large menu, lots to select from, and I think that's a good place to stop halfway along the way for lunch if you want it. Let me tell you a little bit about the town of Carrion. It's a really nice town. It's cute. There's lots to see. One cool special thing that you might want to do is at Albergue Parroquial Santa Maria, they have a sing-along with the nuns who run the albergue. And so if you go around 6 o'clock, the time probably changes, and I've heard sometimes the nuns are off doing other duties, so this doesn't happen every night. But check and see. They do a sing-along, and you can come and they have some local girls playing guitar, and they all sing songs, and they invite the pilgrims to sing songs also. It sounds like a great time, and if you have time for that, I would suggest giving that a try.
Buen camino. So today I wanted to speak to a very common question a lot of people have. How heavy should my backpack be? And like a lot of the other things I've been talking about, there isn't a clear answer. It's not like your backpack has to weigh exactly this many pounds and this many ounces for you to have a good experience. At the end of the day, it's totally up to you of how much you can handle. So our bags are 20 pounds, which we thought was going to be pretty heavy. And the first day it was pretty heavy. We weren't used to it. You know, our normal backpacks that we travel with weigh more than that, but you know, we don't wear them for that long at a time. And so now that we're wearing these, 8 hours a day, more or less, it's definitely something we notice more. And the first day climbing the Pyrenees, believe me, we noticed those 20 pounds. It was a very big adjustment. But now that we've been walking for 30 days or whatever it is, like, I don't notice it anymore. It didn't take too long for us just to kind of get used to carrying that weight. And yeah, it might be nicer if the bags weighed less, but we're carrying some camera equipment and our computers, which I would not recommend bringing a laptop unless you really need it like us, because we're working. And so those kind of added in that extra weight that was kind of unavoidable for us. We're going to do at the end, kind of go through and see if there's things we could have not brought and got away with not having. I think that's going to be hard because we've pretty much used everything we brought. So for us, that 20 pounds is about 10% of my body weight, just a little bit more. And so, and for David, it's much more. I think that's, I don't know, I can't do that math. 25%, that might be too much. But we've gotten used to it and it's okay for us. And so it's worked for us. You're going to have to decide for you how much you can carry. And I really recommend practicing. Just do a hike, load up your bag with, if you want to start with 10% of your body weight, or if you are far enough along that you could practice, pack your bag with the things you're actually going to bring, and then just see how it goes. There's just not a right answer. And for most people, less is probably better. The less you have in there, it's just that much easier. But it depends on what you can handle and what stuff you want to bring. Now keep in mind, you can also send your bag ahead every day. You don't have to carry it. Being able to do that requires some planning, because then you have to know where you're going the next day. You have to have that booked ahead, and so that you can tell the company, you're going to pick up my bag here and you're going to take it to this place. So it takes away a little bit of that flexibility. But if that's what you need to do, that's totally fine. You can do that. And then you just might want a little day pack that you carry with you. We haven't sent our bags ahead yet. I think we're going to try and do that just to see how it goes one day. Coming up soon, maybe tomorrow, actually maybe tonight. We haven't done it yet. In the early stages, it seemed like it was, 6 to 8 euros. Now that we've hit Galicia, and it's just so much more crowded, we see the prices have come down to like 4 and 5 euros, probably just because there's volume. There's so many people doing it. That could be an option for you, and then you don't have to worry so much about how much your bag weighs, because you're just going to be carrying a little day pack with your water and snacks and credentials and whatever you need. So you have options. The other thing is that to remember is that you can always throw things away along the way. You can mail them home, mail them ahead to Santiago. You can also buy things. If you don't bring something and you get here and you're, oh, I wish I would have brought that. There are places to buy things, right? This is Spain. Not every city is going to have everything you might need, but you get into some of the bigger cities, they're going to have a Decathlon, which is a sporting goods store, kind of like REI. And they're going to have lots of different stuff if you need to buy different shoes or a sweatshirt or, whatever it is. So definitely you want to pay attention to how heavy your backpack is, but don't stress, again, that there's a right answer and you have to be afraid about making the wrong answer, because then it's going to ruin everything, because you can be flexible and change things as you go and you're going to be fine. I think a lot of my videos tend to be just reminding you that there isn't a right answer that you have to find. There are lots of right answers. You just want to find the one that's right for you, and you can change as you go. Like, it's not life and death. You can, make mistakes and correct yourself as you go along. Don't stress about it. Just get yourself out here. If you want to do this, then do it. And the rest of it's going to fall into place. So 10% of your body weight is a general rule of thumb, but a lot of people carry a lot less. Some people carry more. It's just what you can handle. You're gonna be fine. I hope that helps. We do videos every day that we are walking the Camino, and I will link to our Camino de Santiago playlist right up here for you to watch some more.